No, this place.
That's what I would say.
I bet all these little shops and restaurants are in the middle of their busy season.
Yeah.
Okay. Hola. Can you hear me in the back? Clear? Bien? Sí? ¿Cómo están? Bien?
Bien.
Okay. Todos hablan español, right? Sí? Sí? No? ¿Poquito? Okay, that's muy poquito. That's poquito, muy poquito, mucho, right? That's nada. No, okay, good, right? You know, of course, hola, ¿cómo estás? Sí, bien, gracias, cerveza.
Cerveza. Tequila.
Just watch, tequila, taco, tamale, chimichanga, guacamole, papitas. That works, right? Working, right? Don't forget baño, okay? That's
Baño.
important. Baño,
El
right?
baño.
Don't forget complete.
El
¿Dónde
excusado.
está el baño? Where's
¿Dónde
the
está,
baño?
¿Dónde está el excusado?
Working words, right? Today, just for today, don't forget my name.
Jose.
It's in Spanish, Jose, right? Jose, right? In Spanish. In English, Joseph or Joe, right? Joe? In Spanish, Jose. My nickname in Spanish, Pepe. I'm
Pepe.
But if you spell Pepe in English, P-E-P-E, right? No Pepe, okay? Don't confuse. Pepe or Jose, right? Another very important person in this surface besides you, our bus driver. His name is Pedro. Big clap for Pedro. He started the tour, help during the tour, and take care of all of us, right? Recommendation on this tour, friends: try to keep the same seats, okay? I don't want another revolution in the bus, okay? Don't fight for the seats. Check your seatbelts, right? And don't forget the number for our bus, and outside we get number A2, okay? Number 2, okay? A-line, right? And I left my name in front of the bus to recognize easily our driver, Pedro, right? And don't fool another Mexican, only Jose, remember, okay? And friends, I have to tell you, thank you very much for to be in Cozumel. Be more than welcome to this beautiful island. The name, remember, don't forget, Cozumel. Cozumel. The name comes from in a Maya language. In Maya, we pronounce Cozumel Peten. That means land of swallow. You know swallows, the birds, little birds? That's the name of the island of Cozumel. And Cozumel is an island that is part of Mexico. All my country, Mexico, divided in 32 states. We belong to the state of Quintana Roo in the Yucatan Peninsula. For example, let me show you here in front of the bus my GPS, right? But not touchscreen, is wrong. The orientation is wrong. This point is north, south, east, and west. You need to turn the map a little bit, right? The measure of the island, 32 by 9 miles. 32 by 9. The whole island, just one town, right here. Small town, name it San Miguel, San Michael. Our population, 90,000 people. Our main industry, what do you think?
Tourism.
You are the most important for us because 90% of our people work with tourism, like I'm doing with you. Another 10% are divided in some fishermen, farmers, agricultures, but they work by themselves, not for to export, because at least everything comes from mainland. That's our cargo ship, friends. Cargo ship, because here no bridge to connect to Malay. I'm talking about food, clothes, shoes, medicine, gasoline, electricity, because also the power comes from mainland and underwater cable. Our nearest export, Playa del Carmen. You have Playa del Carmen? Okay, from Playa del Carmen, if you drive to the north, you find Cancun. Close, Cancun, right? The north. Yeah. In the south, Tulum. You get Mayan rains in Tulum also, right? And in the middle of Yucatan Peninsula, if you drive by 2 hours and a half, you find Chichen Itza. You have a Chichen Itza, right? Not chicken pizza. Chichen Itza is the name. Mexico City for us, friends, is far. It's like 25 hours by car.
Woo! Oh.
Mexico. By plane, straight from here, 2 hours. By car, 25.
Wow.
It's far for us. But honestly with you, I prefer just great here. I've been to Mexico City twice. Oh, twice. You know,
Too crowded.
it's a big difference, friends. Too many people, big buildings, small, noisy. On the island, it's very safe, very peaceful. At night, when the ship leaves, very quiet. You know, at night they close the piers, they close the airport, and nobody comes in, nobody comes out at night. Okay, very beautiful. I was born here. I raised on the island. I'm from 6th generation from this island. Okay, that means I got 22 years as a tour guide, friends. Okay, and that means you are safe today. Okay, because you are the last head of the Mayan mafia. Okay, you are safe today. Okay, no problem today, right? We're passing at City Hall where the mayor's supposed to work. Palacio Municipal, right? City Hall, right? Okay. Let's start the downtown area, the main avenue here with another pier. Okay. Also here, most in the weekends we get festivals. You know, see the stage here for music, dancer, right? Also in the back, my kids love the at night and the weekends. They put like stand food trucks, you know, food stands. They sell candies. You know, corn with cream, chili powder, you know, fruit with chili powder, frappes, well, right here, in this area, around this area, find the cars, you know, over there, you see the cars right there, all this avenue full of cars, food, you know, candies, different things, okay? Alright, we're passing now the town. You can see how the people live here in the town. The name San Miguel, San Michael. You will see many people with motorcycles, right? Scooters, mopeds, you know. I own some motorcycles. We prefer motorcycles, honestly, because it's cheaper, okay? It's cheaper to buy a motorcycle and the fuel, the gasoline. You full tank with $5-6, okay? A car, you need more money, and the town is small. Everything is closed, right? On the island, we got only 5 gas stations. In the whole island, 5. Wow. With the same owner.
Wow.
Yes. Rich guy. Okay. When you control something, you call monopoly, right? Monopoly. Yeah. We call Mexican mafia. It's hard, but it's the truth, right? Rich guy. But friends, I would prefer a motorcycle because the town is small, everything is closed. We got on the island only 8 traffic lights. It's a small town, right? From one corner to the corner, 10 minutes maximum, right? 10 minutes, right? But now we got too many motorcycles. It's cheaper, but too many. The last census, they got more than 60,000 motorcycles. Wow. What a small town. And friends, I understand it's cheaper, but it's dangerous. Some families owns 1 motorcycle for the whole family. My record is 6 person in 1 motorcycle. Wow. 3 adults, 2 kids, and a baby. That's the problem. It's cheaper, but it's dangerous. Okay? It's full the hospitals here. Okay, we passed already General Hospital. Here's the Social Security right here. Hospital. Big line. Also, you see a big line of motorcycles here. Right?
Wow.
We got also the Red Cross and many private hospitals. Now it's good about hospital on the island. Now, like 10 years ago, no big hospital. We need to send people to mainland, you know, by cruise, by ship, right? Because no bridge here. Okay. If you check houses, friends, all the houses here. Well, this area is nice houses. It's a commercial avenue, right? We get a sports center. The most popular sport in Mexico, soccer, football, soccer. We practice baseball, basketball, volleyball, tennis, box, all the sports. But the most popular soccer in Mexico. And on this island now it's very popular to visit the island for because we got triathlons. You will see there on the right people training with a nice bicycles, right? Okay. We got on the island one of the most popular triathlon, Ironman, the full Ironman in November. The full Ironman in November. They swim on the west side after they take a bike 3 times around the island and after run. If you want to try that, you need to train. It's a lot of exercise, you know, the full Ironman. November, the last weekend of November, okay? That's what more sports here. Also, if you check the houses, all the houses, all the buildings on the island, all made with block, concrete.
Ooh, this is fancy.
Foundation. If you check on the windows, protection, you know. Mostly, well, houses, you know, regular houses, bars on the windows, but that's not for crime, not for robbers. is for the hurricane. When the hurricanes hit the island, many trees fall, many things fly, and hit the glass windows. On the window, big windows, metal right, the stores, but the houses mostly bars, right? That's for the hurricanes, right? The next corner to the right, you recognize something very familiar for you, right there.
Sam's Club.
If you got a gold
Sam's
member
Club.
card, you can use it, okay? Sam's, right? Also, we got familiar for you, Burger King, Pizza Hut, Domino's Pizza, Subway, Cars Jr., but not Taco Bell, okay? Here you find real tacos, okay? You're next, too much competition here, okay? We get also Margarita Bill, we got on down Senior Frogs, 7-Eleven, AutoZone, the block you will see AutoZone, right? Still growing. Two companies that surprised me a lot because popular in all over the world. McDonald's opened twice in the island and broke fast. Second, Kentucky Fried Chicken.
No.
Surprised because Burger King and Cars Jr. is full every day, but McDonald's and Kentucky, no. I don't know. Maybe you know the reason, but I don't understand, right? Okay, we pass a school right here. It's a university, but it's private. It's small. Okay, private university. Talking about education, friends, in Mexico is mandatory and free, but we got public and private school on the island. We got a lot of kindergartens, elementary schools, junior high schools, and now we got on the island now 4 universities, 3 privates and just one. This one, the next entrance to the right, by government. It's good. It's the biggest one, right? It's good because in my time, no universities. We need to travel to mainland every day, or we need to rent a house. Now, not anymore. We're gonna stay here, but they focus in tourism. Okay? If you want to study something different, like medicine or something, you need to travel to mainland. You find more options. But now we got school right here. Okay? This Universidad de Quintana Roo is the name of the state. Okay? University here. Okay? All right. Remember the houses here? If you see on top of the houses, the black tanks or white tanks on top, that's water, agua. Okay? Because the island is completely flat, no high elevations, and we need pressure for the water. At night, one company send the water to the houses with pressure. During the day, with the gravity, the water comes down. That's for clean dishes, for wash the car, wash the clothes. For drinking water, we can buy in the stores. Here, the corner you find the stores, bottle of water. Or we get a company with a big cargo trucks, blue trucks. They pass in all the neighborhoods and they sell the big gallons of water. The water, the ice on the island is safe. Okay, no problema. Okay. I explain about that because I know people are scared for the Moctezuma revenge, right? Moctezuma is an Aztec, no a Maya. Now you're on a Maya land, okay? It's safe, no problema. But if you prefer, you find here on this tour, holy water. Tequila. Tequila kills everything, okay? No problema, right? Okay? Also, friends, this is no tequila tour, right? But you had a chance to try the best tequila, okay? Today I'll show you where you find. But let me explain first our tour, friends. Our tour, don't forget, Mayan rinse and chocolate, okay? Right? You're ready for that, okay?
Yeah.
The first, yes. The first ride is up. The first stop is in about 15-20 minutes. We start with the Mayan rinse. When we arrive to the Mayan rinse, I'm gonna be your guide inside. I'm official guy over there. We stay about 1 hour and 20 minutes in the first stop, okay? 1 hour inside, and at the end I give you like 15 minutes free time because we get a lot with shops and a bar and tequila, okay? If you want to try tequila at the end, right? Okay? After that location, friends, we go around the island, okay? You will see the whole island on this tour. And the second stop, take the first. I recommend to use restroom at the end of the Mayan rinse, okay? Because it's a long ride. It's about 50 minutes, 1 hour, okay? And during that ride, friends, no baños. Only behind the bushes. I recommend you on the first stop, on the second. You need to wait like 1 hour, okay? Right, to arrive to the second stop. On the chocolate tour, the second stop, right? The name is Mayan Cacao Company. We stay about 1 hour. Okay? We explain about chocolate, the history, the process to make chocolate, right? Also, we get a Mexican Willy Wonka. He show you how you can make chocolate over there, you know? The whole process.
Okay, friends, a question for everybody. It's your first time here, right? First time for everybody here?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you been in Maya land before? You've been to Chichen Itza?
Yeah.
Chichen Itza, Tulum, Cobá, Uxmal, Sibichaltume, Balam. We got many, okay? Just don't confuse. Today we're talking about Mayas, okay? In Mexico, in my country, you find another culture like Aztecs. In Mexico City, Aztecs, Toltecs, Olmecs, Zapotecs, Mixtecs, Tarahumaras, Huicholes, Micholes, Totonacas. I can continue with more than 50 cultures in Mexico, in different states and different times. Today, you're on a Maya land. That's why I want to show you the Maya territory in my book, right? A map here, old book right here. Today, you're here, friends. Cozumel Island, right here. Lily Island, okay? Okay, that's Yucatan Peninsula. It's part of the Maya Yucatan Peninsula. 5 states of Mexico, Belize, Guatemala, Honduras, El Salvador, and part of Nicaragua. 6 countries. That's the whole Mayan territory. It's huge, huge and very old. One of the oldest cities is in Guatemala, right here, near to Tikal, like 2,500 BC. By 5,000. Okay, that's very old. Okay, today you're here, friends. Tulum is the only place next to the ocean. Beautiful view in Tulum. Okay? Chichen Itza, one of the 7 wonders, right? Big pyramid, the castle, right? Chichen Itza here. But you can visit many of those, right? But less than 10% is open for the public. 90%, in my opinion, more than 90% is still into the jungle, friends. It's still covered with jungle. Okay? And not only into the jungle, friends. Like 10 years ago, some archaeologists and divers, they found temples, Maya temples, underground. Somebody hear about cenotes, the underground rivers? On mainland, they found temples. Okay? And maybe we need more technology, you know, to scan all this area, you know, the underground, right? Okay, to find more. Okay, I love the history, but I need to wait because every year they know more. Okay, that's why if you want to read the sign, friends, here by the temples, you find information. But honestly, with you, that's old. They put like 25 years ago, friends. Okay, someone every year we know more, friends. We need to change every year, right? Okay, 2 or 3 years, right, maximum. You find if you want to read, you can read. You get 3 different languages: the Spanish, English, and in the middle, Maya. That's Maya language. Maya because people still speak Maya in towns, mainland, and in some universities teach Maya for protect the language. I understand the Maya language because my grandmother spoke Maya. I understand, but I can speak. It's really hard to pronounce. Like imagine German and Russian mixes, no? With the back of throat, many X, K's, apostrophe. Check here. K's, apostrophe, all words. I know some words, common word like Malokin means good morning, good morning. Big Shabel, how are you? Or Yumbotik means thank you. Some word, but it's hard to pronounce. Maybe after 3 years you speak fluent. Yes. Now, let me tell you that this is one of the most important places in the whole Mayan area, because all the Mayas should come here to this place at least once in a lifetime. They should come here to worship one goddess named Ixchel, Ixchel. Ixchel was considered for the Maya like the moon goddess. Goddess of love, moon, fertility, medicine, embroidery, pregnancy, I mean, everything about women. That's why especially women should come here very, very young. That was after the first woman period, before they get married and before they get pregnant, to worship Ixchel. And she passed 7 days on this island, 7 days on this place. But the first day, the first 24 hours inside of the temple in the back, the small one, very small, very important. That's the purification temple. She stayed 24 hours inside without food and without water. Not for fasting, cleansing, just for ladies. For the guys it was different, but I show you after, okay? Here, don't expect to see a high pyramid. Okay? This is not a city. It's a ceremonial thing, like a Mecca. It's a religious place. For ceremonial for 7 days, and then come back to mainland. Chichen Itza, Tulum, Cobao, Uxmal, big city, right? Okay? Here, just for ceremonies, right? Okay? But always in the temple, like this side, in the big pyramids, you will see the same thing. Short steps, narrow steps. Chichen Itza, Tulum, the same thing, you know, short. In big pyramids, you know, Chichen Itza, Uxmal, Tikal in Guatemala, right? Narrow steps and high steps, okay? I climbed many years ago, many temples, right, okay? Now they protect right, okay? Protection, right? People believe the Mayas, they got a short, small feet, right? But the Mayas climb the pyramids on segways. Because for the Mayas, it's an offense. It's an offense climb in front of the face or for the back. And it's really hard to climb straight because the gravity push and fall. That's the key for climbing the high pyramids on mainland, like the snake, you know, back and forth. I saw people climbing like baby many years ago, or seat by seat, but that's not the way. Now you can, if you get the opportunity to climb a pyramid, on doing segways. Okay, right? Now I want to show the temple in front, right? But as I was mentioning, friends, we got loose stones, up and down levels. Be careful all the time. Right? We call manitas. Manitas means little hands, small hands. If you step on the wall in the bathroom, you will see on the wall handprints. Hands up in red color. The hands up here represent positive symbols, good things. Okay, good. On mainland like Chichen Itza, Tulum, Cobá, and big cities, you will see on the walls and also on covers, right? Hands down, just hands down, especially in black color. Hands down represent death, human sacrifice. Here, in this place, never kill people. Remember, it's a peaceful place. As I will mention, the gods of love, moon, fertility, life. Hands up, life, hands down, death, right? That's original colors. You see part of the turquoise, red for the hands, you know, white, yellow, green, white, or different colors. In the time, you might use like 16 different colors. The most popular, you know, the red and the blue, right? Okay, most of the painted, all them paint with red and someone with blue. Mostly for the royal people, blue color, right? Okay? But always in the short entrance, right? People think the Mayas are short people or tiny people, but the Mayas tall like 5 feet high. And they make a reverence for the way in and the way out. You know, for respect the temple. Obligate to make a reverence to bow, right? Now some parts of the temple they was rebuilt. Because of the columns, here different colors, right? This part is new and this part is original. Because for to get the concrete, the original concrete, the Mayas used limestone. I mean, quick lime. They use resin of the trees, especially the gum tree and the chewed gum, chicle, little piece of seashells, sand from the beach, honey, water. They used to boil it and mix. Also, they used ashes, right? They used to boil and mix it, and they used to between the rocks as a mortar, over the walls as a plaster, and over the surface. You want to make it very. In that time, all was smooth and polished by hand, like marble. Now, for the years, for the erosion, disappeared. This roof, the thatch roof, is just for protect the color, to protect original handprints more than 800 years old. That's why I recommend you take a picture, because when the hurricanes hit the island, this roof blowing like a paper, okay? And, well, as I mentioned, I was born here. Also, let me show you on this one. Let me find it here. This book is very old, okay, but I show you a picture of this place, like 20 years ago. The same temple. The Hurricane Wilma, 2005. So just go and watch the colors. Okay? Just check here, this side, right? The colors, right? Take a picture. Maybe next time when you come back, you don't find more colors on the wall, right? Take a picture, right? And now we continue on the path. We follow the path over there. Try to don't step on the grass, okay? Because we got ants, fire ants. If you want to dance, step on the grass, okay? Right? Just take a picture and follow me on the path, right? It's like a sauna, like sweat lodge. That thing was complete, closed, smooth, polished, and painted in red color. All was red. But in the time, they used fire. Fire on both sides, the sauna, fire, and remember, the young lady like 12 years old, pass inside in the middle, one at a time, just one, 24 hours. But just imagine, with fire, with the sun, the temperature, the humidity, the lady inside was sweating and no food, no water for 24 days. just for ladies before they get married. For the guy, remember what's different. For the guys, before the lady do this, the guys on mainland they need hunting a deer and kill the deer only with the hands, no weapons. If they don't catch a deer, don't get married. No deer, no deer, no lady. Okay. After they catch a deer, they came with the lady. Lady pass 24 hours here, and after they can marry. We have a ceremonial center here for weddings. But the lady and the man married very young,
Ooh.
12 years old,
Oh, wow.
and a lot of babies.
Mm.
Sometimes more than 15 babies.
Whoa.
Big families in the time, and the span of life very short. 35, 40 years.
Oh.
That's why they marry young, because they die very young. Why they die young? According with archaeologists, too popular. We have many, but too popular. First one, the food. They eat a lot of maize, corn. If you eat corn all day, every day, your life, right? Make descalcification of the bones. And by generations, deformations. The archaeologists, they find a lot of bones with kids, mostly kids with deformations, okay? That's the main problem. Second, the water. If you check the water here on mainland, it's very clean, very clear. We got underground rivers. We use limestone. Limestone is porous and the water filter, but with a lot of calcium. If you drink that water or you no purification, right? May problem in your stomach, your body, right? If you mix that problem at the same time, maybe the reason they die young, okay? Because another culture in Mexico City, in the other area, they eat more meat. They spend their lives higher, 70 years. 60, 70 years. That's the big difference. The corn on the water and the food on the other side. Okay, take a picture. Remember, it's very small but very important for ladies. And we continue. We move to the sun, right? Okay? Move to the shade. Vamos. Here, really clean because the whole limestone. The limestone is porous and the water filter, right? Clean water. Now we know the Mayas is smarter than us. They build the temples on the highest point. My town now is in front of the beach. When the hurricanes hit, the water in the town over the knees, dirty water, all flooding. Here, during the hurricane, dry and clean water. Now we need to move the town here, but it's hard. No? People are still using here on mainland, using for diving. Maybe you saw documentaries or movies about that. I got friends on mainland doing tours, in Playa del Carmen, in Tulum, right? I got good friends, but for my opinion, it's un poco loco. Because it's dangerous, friends, okay? They found big caverns, but when they find small, narrow parts, they pass through that. If that part collapses, done. Also with GPS, it's important because they found temples, history inside, but it's dangerous. My opinion, we need more technology, like drones to check inside, to scan all the place, no people, because many people get lost and people die inside. Okay, we got miles and miles on the ground, different directions. Okay, right? On the very deep, right? Okay, next to the water, all the structure here was a house, a big house. According with archaeologists, this is the house of the governors of this island. Okay, that part is the bedroom, this part is the kitchen. Always, and any time looks different, with the stone roof, right? All smooth, no trees, right? Colors, right? That's for high class. Remember, governors, kings, high class. Lower class like workers, agriculture, fishermen, farmers live in the jungle in wood houses with thatched roof, and they cover with mud outside, inside. Okay. But how you recognize a high class person with a low class? The high class uses more decoration, like animal skins. Most of the ceremonies, animal skin, jaguar, deer skins. Penachos, the decoration in the head with feathers, head of the deer, the jaguar, bones, stones. They painted all body with blue, red color, tattoos, scars on the face, perforation in the lip, nose, earrings, big earrings, heavy earrings, right? Also, they make incrustation of different stones and teeth, different colors, right? A lot of jewelry, bracelets, necklaces with jade, turquoise. In the time, no metal, no gold, no silver. Jade is the most important stone, right? Something that I don't agree about the high class, right? I don't agree, is when the baby is born. When the baby is born, they squish the brain.
Oh.
Because when they born, they put a piece of wood like this in the nose and the brain like this, and a big piece of wood in the back. And every day, they die.
Oh.
Don't forget, in the babies is soft, the bone. They can make the deformation, make flat heads and higher, like a cone head, okay? After they squish the brain, when they deform the brain, they stick a piece of jade in the middle of the eyes. And the babies all the time saw a shiny stone in the middle, and just what? Cross eyes. Cross eyes and flat heads for the Maya friends is symbol of high class, symbol of beauty. But I'm honest with you, I prefer the low class and the high class. I don't want from the baby, but if you read something about that, it's true. Or next time, if you visit a museum, if you see the bone with long heads, it's symbol of high class. Today you can check on the store. When you come back to the store, check one more time the Maya mask. The face, the flat nose, and everything is symbol of high class, symbol of beauty, right? Okay, right. That's the house. Always around the houses, mostly around the kitchens, you find this stone. Let me show you. Turn around. Let me show you this stone right here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We find like 20 around this kitchen. We call metates. Metates, the Maya use it for grind the corn, like a mortar. Grind seeds, pumpkin seeds, peppers, Mostly here on this island, they don't grind corn, maize. Mostly grind the big cities, right? Corn. Here, mostly grind cocoa beans, chocolate. Because during the ceremony, on the wedding, right, the high class bring the chocolate as a hot beverage, hot chocolate, right? For Mayas, was very important chocolate. Right? They use the cocoa beans as a currency. They pay with that like money. For example, with 200 cocoa beans, they can buy a turkey. With 30, they can buy a rabbit. With 3 eggs, they pay with seeds. But after grind cocoa bean with the powder, they can make the hot chocolate. They use 2 different recipes for chocolate in the time. One is for warriors in a big cup because they share it. Simple. Cocoa powder, hot water, and peppers. That's it. No sugar, no honey, no vanilla, nothing, okay? That was spicy and bitter for warriors, okay? Second recipe for the ceremonies. High pyramids, high kings, governors, right? They prepare in a fancy cup. Second recipe. Cocoa powder, hot water, and human blood.
Oh.
Thanks God, we changed the recipe. Now we got sugar, vanilla, cinnamon, milk, honey, white blood. Don't forget, for the Mayas, blood is life. More life for the high class. They don't kill people. They don't sacrifice people for the chocolate. The lower class and warriors offering the blood for the high class was voluntary to give blood. And it's not a lot of blood. It's like coloring, drops, symbolic, 2, 3 drops. Now, our chocolate, add colorant, no blood, okay? Don't be scared. They add colorant. The name is annatto. Somebody have annatto?
Annatto, yeah.
Like paprika?
Yeah.
It's like, but annatto, no flavor, no aroma. Just add color in the chocolate, okay? We still use it. In the time, the Maya uses blood, more symbolic, right? Okay? But now it's good. They eat seeds, pumpkin seeds, peppers. Also, they eat animal like deer, wild boar, armadillo, iguanas. Don't forget, people in mainland still eat iguanas and say, tastes like chicken. Honestly, I never tried. I prefer chicken, I prefer seafood. But if you really want to try iguana meat, not here. We protect on the island, but it's very easy on mainland. You need to cross to mainland and ask for chicken fajitas, and you will try iguana. Vámonos. Watch your steps. Watch your steps right here, guys, because the church is the main entrance. This is the entrance or the main exit to the plaza, the ceremonial center on that side. When the archaeologists discovered this arch was destroyed. They found the stone over the floor, destroyed. Because in the time, the Mayas, for build this arch, they don't use it concrete. They build it stone, by the balance, like the keystone. Now is what rebuilt. That's why you see in the middle little stone and new concrete, different color, okay? And you can see the road, original Maya road. That's a new path for tourism, okay? This is a Maya road. In Maya we call it Sac Be. Sac means white, Be means road, white road. And this road, in the time, if all the same level, was smooth, polished, and painted in white color. This road, friends, finished to the beach. All the way to the beach, more than 8 miles.
Wow.
You mind a lot of work. In a time, no horses, no wheels, all made by hand. But it's very important because all the Mayas came from mainland, like a pilgrimage to here. They need to cross by canoe. Remember, it's an island. Okay? It's strong current, right? And they calculate, smart people, they calculate the full moon because the moonlight reflects on the white road. Very easy to see and easy to walk. Remember, no horses, no wheels, only walking and food in the night. But before they pass it, under this arch, they deposit offering. You see the middle square, it's an altar. Offering like corn, honey, chocolate, like a gift or like a tax for to get into the ceremony of the year. Okay. Now I recommend you take a picture because it's the main entrance, right? I never recommend to follow the road. I tried one time many years ago. I don't recommend it, friends. Just half a mile is clean like this. The rest is like that. It's dense, you know. You need a machete. You need to chop it. But also with the machete, I don't recommend it. I saw snakes, tarantulas, scorpions, wild boars, and crocodiles today. Big crocodiles. Okay? That's why I don't recommend follow the road. Follow here, cross here. If you want more flighter over there, more easy to cross over there. But if you want a nice picture, climb here and take a picture in front. Okay. Now we move to the main plaza. Vámonos, friends. This way it's more easy to cross right here. This is the main plaza. You can see the big square like a stadium, right? Stadium. And this square is oriented perfectly for the corners. For example, you see in the middle of this altar, that corner oriented exactly to the north. North, south, east, and west. It's perfect because the Mayas oriented by stars. If you got a compass, you can prove all Maya temples, 6 countries, oriented perfectly for the stars. Okay? You can see part of the original surface. In the time, no grass, no trees. All was smooth, polished, and painted in white color. Don't forget the ceremony with the full moon, all shiny. And all temples around painted with different colors, mostly red, some ones in blue, right? Here in the middle we get the altar, right? But here, never kill people. The altar only used here for get marriage, you know, for weddings. They bring with offerings for the goddess, dancers, music, good things, you know, big part, celebrations right here, okay? Good things. Not like the movies. Maybe you saw the movie Apocalypse?
Yeah.
I saw a documentary, but Apocalypse, no? Oh, it's Mel Gibson and Hollywood. You see mine. It's a good movie. It's Hollywood, but exaggerated. My opinion about Mel Gibson read a lot. Not only about Mayas, he read about Aztecs, Toltecs, Olmecs, and he mixed all the culture in the movie. Because the Aztecs in Mexico are more violent people, like the movie. Chopped heads. Mayas never do that, friends. For example, in Chichen Itza, mainland, people been to Chichen Itza, right? Chichen Itza, right?
Yeah.
In Chichen Itza, they play the game, a ball game. The name of the game, Pok Tapok. It's like a basketball. They pass the ball into the ring to team, play with the ball to team, right? Like basketball, right? But the captain of the team, the winner died.
Oh.
Not the loser, the winner. Was an honor, was a privileged diet for the gods. And the family of the winner, better status. That's why I try to win. Now, nobody wants to play the game. The Mayas, the most important from the gods, religious people. Gods, sun, moon, rain, they might believe in different gods, okay? It's hard to understand because the gods need the best player, not the loser, okay? It's hard to understand that part, no, but the winner died in that time, okay, right? Not the loser, okay? People believe in the Maya loser, but the winner died, okay? Religious people and very smart people, very smart friends. The Mayas are great mathematics, astronomies, astrologists, architectures, okay? About mathematics, they use only 3 symbols to count, 3 numbers. The seashell as 0, the dot as 1, and the bar as 5. 0, 1, and 5. With 3 symbols, just 3 numbers, they can count to the infinity with different levels. Like the binary system, like the computers, it's the same system. For example, always start the count, any count with 0, the shell and the base. Shell, right? 0. On top, you might leave the square, the first level, the dot will be 1. Dot. Start the count. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 dots 4, and just the bar 5. The bar with dot on top 6, 7, 8, 9. 2 bars 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 3 bars 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. Because with 3 bars and 4 dots, you complete each level to the infinity, the first one. On the second level, the dot will be 20. Remember 19? 20, 40, 60, 80. 4 dots 80, and the bar, just the bar, 100 on the second level. 180, 280, 380. And you complete the second level. Third level, it will be 400, dot 400, and the bar, 2000. Always times 20, multiply for 20. With 6, 7 levels, friends, millions. Only with 3 symbols. We're still using 10 numbers. And the Romans, no 0, 10 letters. X, L, M, smart people. Mathematics. a strong architecture. So about architecture, friends, I need more time. But something fast. Chichen Itza, the famous pyramid. It's one of the 7 wonders, right? The pyramid, the castle, right? That pyramid is amazing. And that pyramid is a calendar. When you visit next time Chichen Itza, I recommend you count the steps. You will count 91 steps. 91 times 4, the 4 side of the pyramid, 364. With the top, 365. The day for the year, 4 seasons, and the orientation of the pyramid is not like this square. It's different. The orientation is according with the winter solstice and the summer solstice, because Kukulkan, the golden chin shows on the stairs. The corners of the pyramid show like a snake going down during that day. So just imagine to make a huge pyramid on that position during 2 days, okay? During the year, okay? Architecture, they know about the planets, they know about the stars, the orientation, they know about Venus, the cycle of the moon, and not telescopes, not technology, okay? The only, no technology is this. Somebody recognize this stone? Maybe you know. In Minecraft, it's very popular. Obsidian. Obsidian is a volcanic stone. It's a lava stone, right? Okay. Obsidian is very important in different cultures. Okay. Because it's one of the more sharpest stones in the world, friends. Okay. Very sharp. Different cultures use it as a knife, made weapon, right? But the Mayas are smart people. The Mayas use this stone as a sun filter. With this, I can see the sun very clear. No make damage in your eyes. And the Mayas predict eclipses before they happens, and for the Maya calendar. Okay, let me show you the last one first. The Maya calendar in my book. I want to show you because people still confused with the Aztec calendar. Right here. The Maya calendar is with this symbol in the middle. The Maya person, the flat nose, right? With this, the symbol of the time for the Mayas. Okay. This, with the sun on the face in the middle is Aztec calendar. Okay, this is a Maya calendar, right? Okay. On this book you can see 3 different Maya calendars. The most popular in the stores, in magnets, T-shirts, is the solar calendar. The first one. The first calendar, the sun, is similar as our calendar, the Gregorian calendar. But our calendar, friends, is not perfect. Our calendar, remember, every 4 years to complete, right? Not perfect. This calendar, friends, is almost perfect. Just for 17 seconds will be perfect. This calendar, friends, divided in 19 months, okay? But 18 months with 20 days and just one with 5 days. If you multiply 18 times 20, 360. And 5 days, 365. You complete the year. But why the short month, just 5 days? The Maya uses the last month for celebration. But not like now with a big party, no. The Maya celebrate the gods, remember? The sun. And they play the game on this, and they sacrifice people during that 5 days. And the winner died, okay? That's the solar calendar, right? The tiny one, you can see here on the middle, Maya numbers, dots and bars, right? So mentioned, right? Dots, bars. The first one here, and the last one is 2 bars, 3 dots. 13. For you, 13 is a good number or bad number? Bad, right? Okay, for my friend, it's a good number. 13 months here, that's the lunar calendar. The moon calendar with 13 months with 20 days each month. If you multiply 13 times 20, 260. In our calendar, 9 months. 9 months, ladies, babies. That's the fertility calendar, the lunar calendar, okay? And many people are scared in 2012, right? For the Maya calendar, for this one. The lone calendar. People are scared for the end of the war, the prophecies, right? Okay, but we're still here, no problem. Okay, the lone is just it's huge. This calendar is huge, you know. It's just a little split part, no. The lone calendar, friends, divided in 5 cycles. 5. Each cycle during exactly 5,125 years. 1 times 5 is like 26,000 years. The lone calendar lasts. Remember the day the people are scared? Exactly was December 21st, 2012, right? Exactly the day, friends, finish it, 26,000 years. Not a cycle, finish the calendar. And now we start a new calendar. We're beginning the first cycle in a new calendar. For us was a big celebration, like every year millennium for us. But for the Mayas, smart people, for the Mayas, December 21st, 2012, it was the winter solstice, and the planets, all the planets make a line up with the sun, and the center of the universe. How the Mayas know about that long time ago? Not telescopes, not technology, but today, friends, with our technology, with big telescope and the NASA, we know that that line with the planet repeat every 26,000 years, every Maya calendar. How they know? Now, no more Mayas. Explain about this, friend. All Mayas gone. Only we are mestizos. Mestizo means mixed blood. Maya with Spaniards, Maya with different, not 100% anymore. People on mainland looks like Maya. People still speak Maya, remember, but not 100%. Maybe some group, a small group with 80%, 70%, but not 100% anymore. Just mixed blood. We got a theory the Mayas came from Mongolia, from Asia, more than 40,000 years ago. Crossed the Bering Strait, to Alaska, Canada, United States, came down here, and people in Mongolia very similar with the Mayas. Dark skin, nose, lips, eyes, round faces, strong people. And when the baby is born in Mongolia, born with the mark in the back, the birth mark, they call it Mongolian spots, like a bruise. It's a purple and gray mark on the babies. They born with the mark, but that mark disappeared in about 5 to 6 years. Around 6 years goes away. People in Mongolia that are Asia still born with the mark, and the Mayan descendants too. I talk about that because now we got mixed blood in different countries. Maybe some families with that mark. Don't kill the doctors. It's a mark of blood and will disappear in 5, 6 years. Okay? There are no more Mayas. And today, friends, nobody knows what happened with them. It's a mystery, friends. Nobody knows. Archaeologists, some people studied about many years ago, right? Studied about Mayas, According with our three popular, we had many, but three populars. First one, when the Spaniards arrived here, Spaniards, Hernan Cortés, 1519. Cortés came here looking for gold, treasures. He killed many people, take some slaves, but it's hard to kill a big civilization. 6 countries, and the Maya live into the jungle. It's hard to find all of them, right? After Cortés, more groups came from Europe with diseases, smallpox, tuberculosis, and the Mayas, no immunity, no medicine. Many people died. That's one. Second, a dry season. No rain here for many years. Professional people now with technology, but it's easy. On mainland, people build Chichen Itza, right? Chichen Itza, the big cenote, the big well, the very deep, right? The level of the water marked on the walls. They find a mark. They calculate that time 17 years of rain. No water, no food, no life. Many people died and many people emigrate looking for water. Or maybe that's the reason they found temples on the ground looking for water. They go underground, right? Third one was a revolution. The high class, the low class fight for many years. Imagine a civil war for many years. Many people died. But if you ask my opinion today, friends, a combination of 3 or more at the same time, because the Maya was very smart. For me, honestly, it's hard to understand why they abandoned 6 countries very fast. After Cortés, calculate, 1519 to 1650 maximum, all gone. Culture for 5,000 years, it's been less than 100 years. And no only one city, 6 countries, friends. And the big mystery, friends. The archaeologists, they don't find all the bones. What happened? They found less than 30% of bones. What happened? As someone mentioned, when we started the tour, right? 90% is still into the jungle. We need to wait for more, okay? We're still waiting for more. Maybe underground we'll find big cities, maybe, right? But we need to wait for more information. As someone mentioned, friends, 1 hour is not enough. The last thing I want to share with you, friends, because I know people. Let me show. A little bit. Okay, we make a line here, friends. Okay, to check this, right? It's right here. Our first volunteer right here. Okay, pass here and look. Now you can do it. Just cover one eye and now. Okay, close like sunglasses. Sunglasses, the sun. Right? Check. You find. Good. Now you gotta go. Technology is that time. Mayas no technology. Look at sun. Here, right? Okay. And back for the people. So look, don't burn your eye.
Very cool, isn't
It is.
And the 2 ticket thing there. Oh, 1 ticket to get gift shop here. Yeah, another ticket to get here.
That's the best, my friends. Okay, and it's fresh, you know, artisanal chocolate. They give it a spoon, you know. That one I recommend you. Don't eat fast, okay? Savor, okay? Enjoy the chocolate, you know. Because you feel the seed, you feel the cocoa beans, okay? On this area. After the auditorium, they show you how you can make chocolate. After that, we come back here to try the chocolate margaritas. If you want to buy a chocolate margarita, or in the bar, and the free chocolate on the table. You know, you can ask for your favorite. You know, we get dark chocolate, milk chocolate, and white chocolate. I know people love white chocolate, friends, but white chocolate is not chocolate. Okay. Yes, I know people love white chocolate, okay, but I recommend you dark chocolate. That's the best option, okay, the most healthy, right? Are you ready for chocolate, right?
Yep.
Ready for that? Okay, we start here, friends. ¿Ya están listos? Then we make a line by couple, by family for the picture. Then we meet by the mural. Okay? Right? So everybody, please make. Okay. Here's replica of the Maya house for the lower class. You know, workers, agriculture, fishermen, farmers. Wood houses with thatched roof, and they cover with mud. Outside, inside. Also, when you cross inside, all covered with mud. But it's nice house here because on your left hand side, you will see an altar for Dia de Muertos. Somebody hear about Dia de Muertos, the Day of the Dead? In Mexico, it's popular, you know. Halloween in Mexico, Dia de Muertos. But it's easy. I recommend you see the movie Coco. Oh yeah. Are you here? Okay. You can take a picture with the altar, right? You can see inside how my house is at. But in the back, after you cross the house, Maria is waiting for you with handmade tortillas. Okay. Don't worry, I'm the volunteer to check the first one, okay? Okay? This way, friends, vamos. This way.
What about this for the driveway?
No.
Instead of shell?
No.
Or some of this pure?
No. We have shell now.
You never hear of mole in Mexico, right? Popular Mexico, right? Mole is we get in Mexico different kind of mole. We got dark mole, green mole, spicy mole, sweet mole.
It's nutrients.
I love this spicy one. You know, in Puebla,
Siempre te reciclo de mango.
27 kind of spice here. That's it. Here, what is the combination of sweet and spicy? Okay? Normally dish comes with chicken, rice, and they go with the sauce, you know? And the tortillas are more, right? 4-minute tortilla. More hand sanitizer over there. Also, we got here some plants. You maybe recognize some ones. Aloe vera, mint, peppers, also here, salad, basil. I recommend Touch. This one, people don't recognize this one. It's very familiar. No? Touch, finger and smell. Try to recognize. Very familiar. Okay, also, somebody loves cook here? Cook a lot? No. Familiar, right? No. No. Double chocolate, double chocolate. No. No. Allspice. That's
Allspice. I'm going through all the warm spices in my head going, which one is it?
You see on that little area, just right there? The chocolate here, we use sugar, cinnamon, allspice, vanilla, honey, and annatto. Don't forget, annatto is the colorant, you know? Is
Red.
the red color. Also, we achiote, right? In Mexico, in Yucatan Peninsula, we rub chicken, pork, cochinita pibil, taco. That's the delicious.
I do know. But
Also, the fish, you know, Caribbean, you know, the fish, probably with the achiote, and it's delicious, right? With that. Okay? Now, friends, we met one more time, one single line. On the next door, friends, the lady shared with you a spoon of chocolate. Don't forget that's artisanal chocolate with 80% cacao and savor. The presentation takes about 10 to 12 minutes, you know. After that, I give you free time, you know, to enjoy chocolate. Ready for that?
yeah.
Just try to make a line in the shape.
Well, would I know that?
Think about it.
No, I'm fine, thank you. I'm good. If I sit down, I have trouble breathing.
Okay.
And as for Jose, you find many Joses now. Okay, just don't forget my face or keep your sticker. Your sticker, I find you easily, right? Okay? Alright, friends, now in a moment I show you where is the restaurant room, Alberto's, Pancho's, and the food trucks if you want, right? Show you in a moment, right?
They did a really good job.
Really pretty day to be driving, to be, you know, taking a tour.
Still there?
A really pretty day to be taking the tour.
Whatever, if you love your ship, no problema. Mi casa es su casa, in other words, right? My house, your house, no problem. Just don't expect to see a big house. It's a small house, but here we sleep in hammocks. Like I put half for everybody. No? We got chocolate every day, you know, if you want to stay here. We got coconut trees everywhere, you know. If you want to stay here, if you want to come back, don't forget now you got two friends. But Puerto Maya, this is Alberto's friends right here. Oh, también Alberto, no. Oh, it's close. That's Alberto's close.
Aww.
Alright.
Killing us out there.
Puerto Maya is closed over there because normally every day we got ships here at Carnival. Today no ships. No, not today. The other option nearby your shipfront is on the plaza right there. I'll show you in a moment. It's another restaurant, you know. show you here, friends. Next to 7-Eleven. Gas station right here. 7-Eleven right here. Right here, right? See the umbrellas right here, straight at the end. We got a replica of the Mayan pyramid. Next door we got a restaurant, you know, for food, okay? Same tacos. Also here, but this is more the copy of Fat Tuesday, you know, here, this corner. At the end is a good restaurant. Or the food trucks on the street, you know? Tacos. But because we don't have too much time to go to the downtown, you know, it's far. Also we get here a replica of a Maya pyramid, dancers, right there. See the pyramid over there? Next door we get
Oh, look at that.
Look at that.
Oh.
Yes, got the food trucks over there in the back. Check. Alright, friends. We finish on time, right? Alright, friends. Thank you so much and God bless you, friends. Vaya con Dios and enjoy the rest of the day in Cozumel, friends. Gracias. Thank you so much, friends. We need the parking. Very good. Problems here.
No problem.
No problem, no problem.
Pedro, no problem.
Pedro, yes.
Pedro did it in one turn.
He made it.
Now I have to back up. Wait, you see that?
Oh, it's only 2:30. Oh, we got here early. We got here early.
Alright, ready, friends? Vámonos. Ándale. The last, ándale. Arriba.